Hi, my name is Ned Patton. I've been building or rebuilding every house I've ever owned. This is number 6. Today we're going to be talking about laying bathroom tiles. Tiling is all about getting the patterns to come out right. It's all about planning before you start though. Deciding where you want to start, how you want to have it laid out to make sure the pattern works out. First, you have to have a tile saw, a decent tile saw. I bought mine from Harbor Freight. It was only $300, but it works. Good enough for a home job, not good enough for a professional job. Tiles I cut are going to be cut to make sure the pattern works out. The thin set used to put the tile down is actually a cement product. You mix it until it gets about to the right consistency and you get rid of all the lumps. And make sure you're careful about how much water you put in it. And I kind of do it slowly. It's real easy to get too much water in this stuff. And then it makes it too thin and then the tiles slip around and it gets messier. If you get impatient and you don't mix it enough, then you get little dry lumps when you try to put the stuff on the wall or put it on the tile. Little dry spots, and that's not good. I use this trowel because it's got little teeth on it. This is a similar trowel. It's a little smaller, but it's got the teeth on it. And you use the same trowel for putting the thin set on a tile or on the wall. The grooves from the trowel, what that allows you to do is to make sure that the mud makes full contact with the wall, because these grooves spread out when you push the tile down and makes for contact everywhere. Now, the reason that this tile is going to stay where I put it, even upside down, is that I have made the mud thick enough so that it'll hold the tile on. That's about right for sticking one up underneath. You notice that on average it's about 1/8 of an inch thick. If you look at all the bumps, it's about 1/8 of an inch thick. These are about 1/4 and then the other ones are all the way down. What you're always worried about with tile is what's underneath has to be flat and it has to be exactly where you want it. Constantly using your fingers and hands to feel things. That's how I set the height of the tiles. Put my hand over it just like this. You can feel differences in height very easily with your hands. You just get it as close as you can possibly get it. If you're looking to make the job look right, you make sure that all of your gaps are the same everywhere. You cut them so that you don't have a gap that's any wider or narrower than any other gap. You try to make all the gaps turn out exactly right. You try to make the spacing between the tiles consistent everywhere. If it's not, your eye will see it. It's all about lining up the tiles just exactly the way you want to have them lined up. And it's also about the pattern. I hope you listened well enough and learned something. Today we learned about laying bathroom tiles.